Star Wars is more popular than ever right now, and because of that, there's a lot of new content to look forward to. In this video, I will be talking about what we can look forward to, and when that stuff or might be coming out. Disney Plus has great news for Star Wars, because big projects can be released on the streaming service as shows, instead of just as movies. Star Wars shows aren't new, but like the Clone Wars and Rebels came out before Disney Plus existed, and there were other shows a long time ago, like Droids and Ewoks, but Star Wars shows are so much more prominent now. That's great. The thing is, though, Disney Plus is a platform where tons of new content can be released. It's honestly the best time to be a Star Wars fan right now, because even if you don't like everything, there are so many options. You're really likely to enjoy something. There's stuff coming out from the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, and I'm sure there will be some more stuff in the sequel trilogy or past that later. And there's stuff coming out in a brand new time period for a show or movie to cover, like The High Republic. We've had books and comics about The High Republic, but we haven't seen it on a bigger like show or movie screen, so we are going to see that in a few years, which is great. And speaking of the High Republic, there have been just a bunch of books, like I said, and comics taking place in that era, if that's something you enjoy. I haven't read any of the books yet, but I have one book sitting around from that era, and I've heard it's really good, so I'll be reading that soon. And it's just like great, there's so many things you can do, there's so many mediums, there's some great Star Wars video games, there's just something for everyone. And what I think is really exciting about Star Wars right now is the shows. The movies are good and all, but I'm someone who likes shows a lot more because I think it's easier to get attached with the characters in them. Like, I care more about shows, and it makes it more interesting. Also, episodes to shows on Disney Plus normally come out once a week, so it's really fun having a new episode to look forward to so often. With a movie, you don't really get that. You watch a movie, it's great for a day, or, you look forward to it for a while, and then you talk about it afterwards, but with a show, it's several weeks of just excitement, and it's great. And this isn't really breaking news, but a while ago, Lucasfilm announced tons of new Star Wars shows and movies. I counted 17 new shows and movies, which will probably be coming out over the next decade or two. That's just so awesome, and there's more stuff that we will be getting that hasn't been confirmed yet. There's a lot of rumors, like maybe a Kylo Ren prequel show. There's just infinite possibilities. I'm going to list these new shows that have been confirmed, and I'll try to list them in the order when they'll come out, but a lot of this is speculation. We don't know for sure. So Star Wars Visions is the next show to come out, and it releases on September 22nd. This is a Star Wars anime, which will tell a lot of brand new stories all around the Star Wars universe. The episodes will be basically one-offs, so they won't be connected, but it'll be great, and each episode seems like it's gonna vary in runtime. Some of them might be really small, really short episodes, and some of them might be longer, but it's just gonna be a great variety. It seems like a new and experimental show, so I can really appreciate Star Wars trying something new. Marvel doesn't really do too many new things. Like with shows, they're trying some new stuff, but the shows are a lot like movies, and I'm just happy Star Wars is doing something like this. This is a show which was initially supposed to be 10 episodes, but it was broken down to 9 because 2 of the episodes were basically parts of each other, so it was like combining parts 1 and 2 into one really big episode. Apparently it'll make it a lot better, and I'm just excited because these episodes are all going to come out at once, and I think it's the first time Disney Plus has released a show to come out at once. Normally it's once a week, like I said, but this is just gonna be the whole season, and maybe we'll get another season, but I don't know. And after Star Wars Visions is the Book of Boba Fett, which is supposed to come out in December this year. This has wrapped filming, so it's in post-production, which means they're adding all the special effects and everything. And this show will follow Boba Fett during the time of The Mandalorian, and based on The Mandalorian Season 2 post-credits scene, it seems like Boba Fett will have a lot to do with being a crime boss at Jabba's palace. We don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it'll be something like that. And I'm happy we're getting this show because it seems like it'll be a while before we see stuff from The Mandalorian again. There's gonna be a big gap, so this can kind of help make the wait not as long. And Andor is also a show which is coming out pretty soon, and it will be a prequel to Rogue One. This show was announced a long time ago. It's actually announced even before Disney Plus was launched. And Andor is supposed to be 12 episodes, and maybe that'll change because that confirmation was a while ago, but right now it's slated to be 12 episodes. And it will be a show that follows the Rebel Alliance from a new and fresh perspective. We'll see sides of it that we haven't seen in the movies. And this is supposed to come out in 2022, and it's apparently filming like right now. And Kenobi is another show which is also filming right now, and it will feature Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen as they reprise their roles as Obi-Wan and Anakin, and I guess maybe Darth Vader. It will most likely come out in 2022, and this will be a show featuring Obi-Wan and his time on Tatooine, but it's very likely Obi-Wan leaves Tatooine to do some important Jedi business. This show will take place 10 years before A New Hope, and it will be 6 episodes, which are roughly an hour long, according to Ewan McGregor, who played Obi-Wan, of course. And this is the show I'm really the most excited for. I think it's gonna be great. And The Mandalorian Season 3 just started production a few days ago, so that means it's probably filming right now, just like Andor and Kenobi. So that means we probably won't be getting the show until late or mid-22, unfortunately, which I'm sad about, but like I said, at least we'll have a Book of Boba Fett to fill in that time. It's not fun waiting, though, but I guess it's worth a wait, if it means the show will be even better. And we don't really know any details about the show, but I can guess it'll follow Mando and what he does now that he's basically the ruler of Mandalore, since he has the Darksaber now. And The Bad Batch is another great show, which is wrapping up its first season on Disney Plus right now. Please check it out if you haven't already, it's really good. And a second season for The Bad Batch hasn't been announced yet, but it seems really likely there will be a second one because there are only 3 episodes left in the show, and there is still so much left to show for what happens to the characters. I think if we do get a second season, it will come out in very late 22, or maybe even early 2023. It seems like the roster of shows that are coming out in 22 is pretty crowded, so The Bad Batch might not fit in there since it's likely going to be a pretty long season. So those are all the shows we know a lot about, but these next few are ones that we only know a little bit about, or maybe even nothing. Ahsoka is the show which follows Ahsoka, duh, and it will most likely take place around the time of Mandalorian. There's also a high chance Ezra and Grand Admiral Thrawn will appear in the show in some shape or form. Ahsoka will probably air in 2023. It seems like the scripts and stuff for that are getting done now. It's not filming to my knowledge. Sometimes that information doesn't get out there, but it'll be filming probably pretty soon. And The Acolyte is a very mysterious show, which we also don't know much about, but it will take place roughly 200 years before The Phantom Menace, so this is really like untapped territory for Star Wars. This means the show will be in the High Republic era, and will have all new characters, besides maybe Yoda. This show is already being written, which we've heard some news about, which is really exciting, but I don't think it will come out until late 2023. This will be a mystery thriller with a focus on the emerging dark side powers of the High Republic era. And Rangers of the New Republic is another show which we don't know much about, but we do know that it takes place during the time of The Mandalorian. The premise of the show seems to be about soldiers of a New Republic facing a galaxy where they don't have much control. I have no idea when this show is going to air because it faced a lot of setbacks after Gina Carano, the actor who plays Cara Dune, was fired by Disney, and people think she is going to be on that show. There's a chance this might come out in 2023, but I really have no idea. I think it might be in 2024 since it had so many setbacks. It's just to be determined, though. And Lando is a show which we know pretty much nothing about, like, at all, besides the fact that it will feature Lando, of course. And we don't even know which time period it will take place in, or if Lando will be played by Donald Glover or Billy D. Williams. Either way, I think it'll be an interesting show, which I speculate might come out in 2024. As for movies, we know there's going to be a movie called Rogue Squadron, which will come out on December 22nd of 2023. It's a long time away, but it will follow a new generation of X-Wing pilots. There's a high chance this will take place after The Rise of Skywalker. A Droid Story is a film which will feature R2-D2 and C-3PO, and they will guide a new hero on an epic journey. We know pretty much nothing else about this movie besides that, but I think it sounds pretty interesting. There's also a lot of untitled but confirmed films. Taika Waititi and Kevin Feige are both making films, and Rian Johnson is making an entire trilogy. There's also an untitled project, and we don't know if it'll be a show or a movie, coming from J.D. Dillard. And that's it for shows and movies, but there are also a ton of Star Wars games to look forward to. There's reportedly a Mandalorian game, Jedi Fallen Order 2, a Knights of the Old Republic remake, a High Republic game, and Battlefront 3 all coming out. We don't really know many details about these games, but it sounds interesting because EA lost their exclusive license to make Star Wars games, so that means we're going to be getting a lot more games from a lot of different developers, and I think they'll all add their own unique spin to Star Wars games, which I think just would be great for all fans. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know this was a lot different than what I usually make, but I thought it would be fun to do. I'm really excited for a future of Star Wars. I wanted to talk about it. It looks like a really bright future. We'll be getting so many new things, and like I said earlier, there is something for everyone. So, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, because it would really mean a lot. Make sure to tell me if there are any movies or shows you'd like to see me review next, and I'll see you in the next video.